Omega Von in YouTube. How is it going? I am Poteen. I'm going to be doing another Lord of the Rings video here on rotations, the traits I use, and then I'll do some combat. We'll see how far we can make it. I'm going to be doing a yellow line burglar. If you guys don't know, 2 weeks ago the hunters and burglars got reworked. I already did a blue line video. If you guys missed that, it is still on my playlist. I set my playlist up by classes, so you can easily find them. Timestamped are the more recent ones. The ones that have timestamps on them, so you can go and check all those out. But yeah, this week I'm going to be doing Yellow Line Burglar. I really like some of the changes they did here. It's very, very cool. I like that you don't have to consume tricks anymore, and you can just put tricks on. It's pretty nice. It feels really good. It flows really well. Oh, also, if you guys love this content, or even if you just like it, you can just give it a sub. That would absolutely help me. I think that's about it. So let's get started. First, let's start off with our class traits. So we'll start off with the Mischief Maker. That's what we're going to use here. Uses devious tricks to hinder and harm foes. So this is going to be more of a crowd control debuff build. The first thing I have here is Heartbeat Prank. This is just going to increase my morale. Opportunist, subtle stab is increased by 25%. Stun Dust, this is one I use quite a bit. It's going to be a 5-second stun, which stuns, and in this game, stuns and dazes are different. A daze can be broke by damage, and the stun cannot. So you can basically unfettered damage, and they will not hit you back. Comedic timing, so my spell penetration resistance is decreased. Impossible target, stealth damage is reduced. So that's why you see a lot of these skills will let me go into a stealth, enter stealth, but it also lets me use stealth, surprise strike, and stealth cunning attack, which is higher damage. Even while I'm facing them, I don't have to be bad. Mischievous Delight. So it did start off with Mischievous Glee. You do just get that naturally, but if you do use this, it'll actually heal up to 12 targets around you. So there's initial heal and some power return over time. Playful Mind, which trick duration is increased by 9 seconds. That's pretty big. Thick Skin, physical and tactical mitigation is increased. Vital Cut, so Exposed Throat applies incoming healing debuff, which is pretty nice. And that's going to be what I use after a crit, with my crit chain. Roll with it, Provoke gives you a stack of Roll with it, which reduces the damage of the next attack you receive. So that's kind of nice. This is Improved Startling Twist. This used to be a big stun, but also this what consumed a trick and then an ability kind of happened. But no longer. It is just a straight up self-adulation, which is outgoing healing modifier. Now this is where I was talking about. Now where gleeful delight turns into mischievous delight. This is going to be a bigger heal over time. It's going to hit up to 12 targets, so that's kind of nice. Complicated terms. My day's grace period is increased by 3 seconds. Burglar Antidote. Now what it does is I can remove diseases from other targets. That's kind of neat. Trip. So Trip is going to be used only when I'm stealth. It'll give a 5-second stun, so totally worth it. But it does have a long cooldown, 2 minutes. For a stealth ability is pretty crazy. Appraising Eye. So small snag will spread reveal weakness to nearby enemies when used on a target already suffering from small snag. So basically, these two abilities will reveal weakness and small snag. If it's just single target, it reveal weakness first. If it is multiple targets, do snag first, then do reveal weakness, and it'll spread. Dust of the Eyes. This is just another 5 target days, 15 second, and it reduces the run speed too. Down at the bottom here, cover your tracks. You learn to cover your tracks. So max morale, physical mitigation, and tactical mitigation. And then this is the big one. This is the big kind of new ability. So Clever Retort is now going to open up something called personal maneuvers. Personal maneuvers are going to be where you can stack them up, and then you can basically it's going to be kind of like the Gambit system, but also like a small weakened version of uh, Fellowship maneuvers. But it's just for personal, which is very very cool. This is probably the I think among like just the tricks being mana related stuff like that. This is a huge change. This is absolutely what makes the yellow line the yellow line. So you're going to use Clever Retort. Then you're going to get a bar, and then inside that bar, you can put up the 3 abilities. Once you do that, then you can hit what is called the Personal Maneuver ability, and then you can stack it. So it depends. Red is going to be damage. Yellow is going to be bleed over time. Green is obviously morale and spirit, or blue is going to be power. But you'll see how that works. You can actually pull them off the bars and put them in here, and then you can use them as your quick hot bars, which is kind of awesome. All right, now going. Oh, I guess I did put some points into Daft Strikes, which is just going to be melee crit. Okay, so reveal weakness. This is how you get it now. Reveal weakness is no longer a buff. It is part of your crit chain, so that's important. Small Snag, which we went over, is activated by Double-Edged Strike. Okay, so now Mischievous Diversion now becomes, so Diversion, which used to make them spin around, you can get their back, now is Mischievous Diversion, which is usable in stealth or in combat and causes you to enter combat stealth. So it's just going to be it's just going to be like a buff. But you also enter stealth again, which is a big thing about not getting as much damage, and when you use it, you can use your openers, which is out of stealth, and do extra damage. Joke with legs, so trick range now. Used to be you had to be on them, now there's a range to it. Riddle cooldown and riddle duration, which is going to be your dazes and stuff. Okay, to counter defense, this is the only trick that is area effect. So this is a way to do area effects. You will see me use it with my multiple pulls. Trickster now, instead of it being, it was like a way to get all your cooldowns to come back, but now it is a big buff. Also a fellowship buff. Very, very cool. And Unseen Scheme is going to be another ability, does 10 targets, does a bunch of debuffing, and also lets you enter and get you some buffs too. So that is going to be the yellow line class traits. Racial traits, some of these are going to make sense, some of them won't. Hobbit Stature, Hobbit Club, damage bonus, Hobbit Stealth, which is going to be a way for me just to kind of disappear if I need to. Throwing, I don't have that one. Throwing stones, and then Hobbit Silence, which is going to be how I go, I stay out of trouble and I don't get into, I don't die, honestly. Okay, next is Virtues. Virtues are going to be pretty straightforward. I'm looking for criticals and obviously damage. I mean, there's a little bit of, I think there's a little bit of, yeah, like Patience is in there, which is a little bit of a buff, but it also has some crits on it. So Confidence is going to give me critical rating, finesse rating, and evade rating. My passive bonus is physical and tactical mastery. Determination, agility, physical mastery rating, critical rating, and then same thing for passive bonuses, physical and tactical. Valor is going to give me physical mastery rating, finesse rating, critical rating, and then passives is physical mastery and tactical mastery. Wit is going to give me finesse rating, critical rating, physical mastery rating, tactical mastery rating, and my bonuses are physical and tactical mastery. And then for patience, there's going to be a max of power, evade chance, and critical rating, and then a new passive bonus, max. All right, so that is, oops, that is not what I want to do. I'm just going to waste time here. I meant to switch down and go into my next ability, but right now this is in, I believe, red line. And I think I'm going to do a video on that probably, I don't know. It might be the week after next. I plan on doing red line Hunter next week. Okay, so we're doing yellow. I apologize. Okay, so we're going to see how the rotations go. Obviously, we have stealth. So sneak is going to be your opener. Trip is one when it's up. Use it because it gives you an extra stun. And then I like to put on Trick Enrage. What this does is it allows the target to have multiple, or to allow bigger damage. If there's multiple targets, I apologize. If there's multiple targets, I'm going to do counter defense. It does physical and tactical mitigation debuff and up to 10 targets. Sometimes, if I'm taking too much damage, I might use disable. What this does is just they attack less often, incoming melee damage and tactical damage is increased, but not by much. And every one of the durations is quite heavy. This one's duration is 15 seconds. This duration is 36, and this one is 35. Now, back in the day, I'm so sorry, before the rework, you could put a trick on, and then you would have to use Improved Startling Twist or Clever Retort, and that would consume the trick and an ability would have. It was either a stun or I think there was a little bit of a heal, but you with Mischievous Gleam. Now, these are just abilities, which is so much cleaner and so much nicer. Now, if you use Clever Retort, though, it is going to activate personal maneuvers, and that is what's going to be up here. What you'll see me use, I'm going to do Conviction. You get that for everyone, and then also when you get to 3 stacks over here, when you use personal maneuver, you're going to have a bigger heal. Strength is another one, does a lot of damage, so that's nice. Okay, now once I come out of stealth, or once I'm in stealth, and I come out, I have Surprise Attack, which becomes Stealth Surprise Strike and Stealth Cunning Strike. Now, I'm usually doing this because it's only a 10-second cooldown. I usually use that. Then I use Cunning Attack because it also bleeds, does damage, and it debuffs. Now, if by then I don't have a crit, I will hit Provoke, and then I will hit Subtle Strike, or Subtle Stab. If by then I'm still not done a crit for some reason, I might go into Mischievous Diversion. And why this is this is going to let me enter Stealth, which is going to let me use, instead of just Surprise Attack, Stealth Surprise Attack. I will also, but usually before I get this done, if I haven't got a crit yet, I will start using my Stun Dust, Improved Startling Twist, which this is an area effect stun. This is a single target stun. This is Dust in the Eyes, which is a daze. Riddle now, no matter what, you can riddle them from stealth and never break stealth now, which is absolutely awesome. And then there is a little bit of Exploding Open. I do need to put in my stone because I will use that. I will use this. Okay, and then why do I not have Adel? That's an interruption. Huh. That's weird. I guess there's just a lot of abilities that I missed a couple of. I see there's all the personal stuff. What was I looking for? I was looking for the rock thrower, right? Because there's nothing wrong with having another stun. Or a daze. Okay. There's the interrupt. We'll figure that out. And then okay. So, like I said, so what I'm trying to do is trying to get these crits. Then Double-Edged Strike comes out. You need Dual Wield. Once this crits, I can access Exposed Throat or Reveal Weakness or Snag. It just depends on what I want to do from there. Also, I will use Flashing Blades sometimes if there's a lot of I'm doing a lot of people because it is a 5-target damage. But for the most part, I'm not really going to touch it too much. Yeah, okay, so that's we'll flip this around. So yeah, I'm just trying to get these crits going on. There's also a couple of saving graces. There's Mischievous Delight. Touch and Go is a big heal. Burglar's Antidote to get stuff off me. Unseen Scheme does damage and debuffs, and also lets me enter Stealth, which is going to let me access that stuff again. Trickster is another huge buff. And then Hide in Plain Sight, enter Stealth. This is also a way for me to kind of get away if I want. But for the most part, I'm not going to do that. There is some corruption removal. That's Purge Corruption. But for the most part, what you're going to see is me just go straight into it, and we'll fight as we go. All right, so let's open up the first one. This guy, once again, going to be a little weird. There is some auras on him. I'm going to go in for the stun first. There we go. Now the... Now we got reveal, and we put snag on. Now we got diversion, so what we're going to do there is do that. We're going to use mischievous glee. Now they should be taking a little extra damage. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. Clean that up. Put a little heal on ourselves. Alright, so same thing here. So what we're going to do, we're going to enter stealth. I'm going to riddle one, which means he will not move for a bit. But it is a daze. So we're going to go in here. We're going to do an area effect debuff, or trick, which will be control 9. There we go. Now this time we'll probably use a little more dazes than we were. We're going to go area effect stun. That should be an 8-second stun, so it should be enough for me to finish off one. Alright, same thing again. Do some dust. We're going to put one of our tricks on. Once again, we're going to single stun. Come in behind. So, because of how they're built too, it's okay to have a little bit of damage on you. Because, I mean, it's inevitable, especially with the way they kind of fight. But you're just trying to debuff as much as you can. We got some area effects here. Now we're going to do an area effect stun. Positional damage does matter, so it is nice to think about that. We're going to go mischievous glee again. We're going to cleanse ourselves. Now see, that one I did opposite. I went back around, and the reveal weakness went on all of them. Now this time, stun. Let's see. Okay, so let's go retort, right? Let's do retort. Now this time, I'm going to do 7, which means I'm going to go all red line damage. We're going to stack up 3 of them, which you see there, and then press that one. Look at that. That's nice. That's some nice damage. There we go. I got healed all the way up. A little single target. If you do your stuns more, you won't take as much damage. There we go. Same thing here. We will take this guy. We're going to take him right out using Riddle. And then I believe I can pull just that. Same thing here. We're going to go for a little dust in the eyes. Get a little... There we go. Same thing here. We're going to riddle the big guy. Go to stab him. We're going to control 9. Which will be my big debuff. Get some of that. It'll make my be a bigger attack. We're going to stun everybody. There we go. As you can see, a lot more debuffs than before, but still a lot of crowd control. Still a lot of split groups up. Days. I'm going to put that on them here. Now, we could go through the rest of the dungeon with an actual debuff instead of increasing the damage they take. We could see how it works where they are not as strong. Because we are in a 6-man, I probably will be. That's probably going to be the thing to do. So let's see. I already like that. I can already tell. Here we go. Startled. Now we're going to enter buff again because that's going to let us do a big hit, which you saw there. And what I did there is I went into that diversion one. So anything that will let me enter stealth, again, is a huge one because it lets you hit surprise, cunning attack and stuff. Alright. Alright. So let's take this one out, then there'll be a group, and then we'll start working towards the boss. I think you can already get a feel for it. We might just stop at the big boss and see what goes on. We'll see for sure. I mean, I personally love debuffs over the big damage. There we go. Get that again. We may use the touch and go. 1, 2, 3, and big heal. I was just messing around, and it worked out. Now, like I said, it is a big heal and a hot, so it is totally worth putting on. Still, majority of your damage is going to be coming out of crits. Same thing, we're going to riddle this guy over here. This guy we're going to shut off. There we go. He should be debuffed. Get that off. I'm guessing. Got Starling Twist. There we go. Alright, we did that. Now we'll move on to the boss. I think we're just going to take out the first boss. I think everybody kind of gets the feel of what he can do. It's very controlled. A lot of debuffs. The personal maneuvers are absolutely amazing. We get to take one guy out right away. I'm going to pick this guy this time. First guy's gone. We're going to do this. Now we're going to throw in our big buff. Now we got a big debuff on up to 10 targets. Like I said, reveal weakness is now an ability that's being used by itself. Which it has to be it has to be gone through with a crit chain has to happen, but I don't know, it's still pretty cool. It's a clever way to do it. So I don't hate it. As you can see, the burglar's just walking right through these guys. Stun. Gonna do some damage here. Alright, now we're going to do a big startling debuff. We're going to do this, and then we're going to throw in our big area effect debuff. Maybe throw some more sand in their face. Just really keep them tight. Debuff there. Stun. I'm not healing probably as much as I should, but I'm just messing. Come over here, don't you dare. That won't be messing with you. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and then the big one. There we go. Now that should clear us for a bit. There we go. Now we just debuffed everything. Is this ideal? Absolutely. Can we handle it? Well, he's on. Especially yellow line. A lot of heals, a lot of ways to stay alive. Oh, that was it. It was right there. It just happened. Okay, that's fine. Alright, we still got to get to the boss again, but if I had had that up, I would have been fine. I probably should have went for another debuff. I'm on the last ones. 15. Alright, let's try to... Oh, did we miss a one over here? Is he gone? I guess when we die, he dies. We got 3 more bosses, or 3 more, and then we got to try him. If we fail at him, no big deal. If we don't, that's even better. We're going to get up in the stone. There we go. Stun. Get that crit rolling. Get that debuff rolling. Area effect stun. There we go. He's a goner. This guy's next. But I say daze and stun as much as you can. We're going to spin all the way around. We're going to wait for him to leave. We're going to pull into that corner. We're going to drop him. And then we're going to try that right. Then we're going to do a rotation recap. I don't want to get in his aura. He has an aura that damage me. I'll break my sneak. This guy's. What this cat? There you go. He's debuffed. Stuns. That one obviously did work. I dazed him, he dazed me. We're both jerks. There we go. Alright, let's clean that up. We got one more guy, and then we'll try to take the boss. But, yeah, I'm not too... There we go. Hey, we didn't let him get a worm out, so that's good. Let's see, we got some marbles here. Damage, okay. Here we go. Let's pull that out. I feel like I'm... Oh, those are throwing. Oh, we got some food. Should we eat some food? No, let's eat some food. And away, oh wow, just stealth myself because I'm dumb. And then we're gonna do this. This is gonna be. So the weird thing is, once I hit him, two more are gonna spawn. So this is gonna get down. This is gonna go down pretty quickly. Let's stun them all. Finish this guy off. I want him alone. So even if that means I gotta keep him dazed, I will. We got him right there. Not a fan of how hard he hits. Got a daze. Let's get some stuff off of us here. Let's do it. Clever retort. Heal. Heal. And consume. There we go. We got a big deal. Okay, this is it. This is where it happens. We got Mischievous Delight. Pulled it off. Ooh, it's gonna get crazy. That was it. All right, so that was close. I think I probably could have done more. All right, with that sudden death, we will do a recap. Okay, so yeah, I like to start off with Sneak. From there, I like to use Surprise Strike, which obviously becomes Stealth Surprise Strike. And then Cunning Attack, which will be out by then, so it won't be Stealth Cunning Attack, it'll be just Cunning Attack. I do use the Stun if I need to kind of stun the mobs. Obviously, there's a couple other stuns here. Stun Dust, Single Target, Improved Startling, Twist. This is a 5-target stun. Dust in the Eyes is a 15-second. Daze. Riddle is a daze that you can do while you're sneaking, and it won't break it, so that's kind of nice. So this only happens every once in a while. It's not anything to enable. So, you know, it's not always something you should use. It's not always you can't always use it. Throw Stone you can though, so that's nice. Does damage, but also stuns. Then if there's no crits, if crits haven't happened, but I do always put a trick on after I usually put Cunning Attack, I bleed on. Then I either use Enrage or Disable. One's a debuff. One is a debuff that allows them to. This is the one I like the most because it does more damage, 5% more incoming damage to the target. But it also it does break days though. You do need to remember that. This one does not, and this one also will because it does damage, and so will that because it does damage. These but it also lets they can't use ranged attacks, so that's great to bring in. As long as Enrage is on them, they will not use ranged attacks. Then after that, I like to go with Provoke. Subtle Stab gives you a little bit of power. And then Mischievous Diversion. Obviously, I'm waiting for my Surprise Strike or Cunning Attack because this is going to put me in stealth mode. When it puts me in stealth mode, what that means is these become the stealth abilities, which do a lot more damage. I did go through that. Obviously, I'm waiting for crits. If I can't get crits throughout this, then I will start to use my stuns. But usually, I use a stun and then a crit shows up. So I want to use Double Edge Strike, Exposed Throat. That's like my go-to. It's the one I go to first. Then I'll obviously go into Reveal Weakness and Small Snag. But the same thing. If you use Reveal Weakness first, then Small Snag, you would do a lot of damage with Small Snag, or you'll do more damage than it's worth. But if you do Small Snag first and you do Reveal, it will put Reveal Weakness on all of the targets if there's multiple targets. So that's kind of nice. Also, you can use Flashing Blades, which is an area effect attack. In order to stay alive, you know, the other trick I'm using, if there's a lot of mobs, then this one, because it hits 10 targets, so it's an area effect debuff trick. Then to heal myself, I have Mischievous Delight, Touch and Go, Antidote removes any harmful spells. Unseen Scheme I really like. It does a debuff, but also buffs me, allows me to enter stealth again, which is when I want to access these abilities, whichever one's off cooldown. Same thing there. I think I'm going to switch these around because I want that enter stealth again if I ever need it again. It's a great one for that. But Trickster is a good one too. Once you use it, you get a lot of debuffs and stuff. So that's a great one. Also, the thing that makes Yellow Line unique again is Clever Retort. Clever Retort is going to unlock what is called personal maneuvers. Basically, they're like fellowship maneuvers, but just for you. That's going to be your big one when you see the little, you're going to have a bar over here that shows up, and then you can have a bar over here. What's going to end up happening is if you do 3 strength, it's going to do this much damage, but then when you use the big personal maneuver, it's going to do all 3 of those combined. Same thing here. It gives you heals and then hot you. So I do like those abilities. All right, so with that, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. It helps out the YouTube channel a ton. Also, if you can catch me live, absolutely. I'm usually streaming daily on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. I do stream on all three of those platforms, and I think that's about it. Oh, I guess I should sell the schedule. So Sundays and Mondays I play Elder Scrolls Online. Tuesdays and Wednesdays I play New World Eternum. On Fridays, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday I actually stream twice. One for the official LOTRO stream, and the other one for my own personal stream. So that's, you got 4 streams there in 3 days. But other than that, if you like this, like I said, but if you want to catch me live, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can absolutely catch me live. I'm always willing to talk classes and rotations. I love them all. And I think I'm probably going to be doing a Redline Hunter next video. So until I see you in the next video, or if I see you live before that, may the hairs on your toes grow ever longer. Thank you guys so much for your support.